Hello, good people of YouTube. So I have a mini lathe, and I've been learning to operate this mini lathe. Now here is a problem I have come across. So you can get these quick change tool posts. This is a OXA size. I think it's called Fine Mall. Made in China, but so far I'm really impressed with it. But if you look here, this tool holder does not drop down low enough to adjust the height with the nut, because this tool holder is hitting my cross slide, or compound slide rather. That's a problem, and I don't have a mill. My thought was, of course, to notch the tool holder because that's replaceable and I don't have to run my cross slide. So, after watching this old Tony do hand tool medieval machining with basically no machine, he showed that you could do metalwork with a hacksaw and a file and actually get good results. So this is the tool holder that I needed to drop down. I just laid it out with layout fluid, a 1/4 inch notch, which I figured would be more than enough, and I hacksawed down in the vise both sides. Hacksaw straight here, I set it up this way, and hacksawed down here, and then just carefully filed back to my line just like I do at my job in woodworking. You know, cut, leave a little extra on your cut, and then file back to the line, or sand in woodworking. I was amazed at actually how fast the file cuts this metal. I suppose it's not hardened, but it's still steel, and for a new person working with it, I didn't know what to expect. But as you can see here, that drops right down over the edge now and locks down perfectly fine. I did knock the burrs off with the let me see here, with a sharpening stone, I think a 1200 grit sharpening stone, and kind of cleaned up the mating surface that butts against the cheeks of the dovetail there. And I feel like it actually is more solid now than it was before I notched it. So that gets my tool down plenty low to be on center line, and I'm very happy. I was nervous about cutting by hand and working on new parts, as a newcomer, new person to this. Didn't know what to expect, and I didn't want to mess anything up, but it actually turned out pretty well. So I'm happy. The one problem maybe with doing other tool holders, you'd have to notch deeper to allow adjustment, in your angle if you wanted to do. I suppose I can't do any kind of compound change or angle cut with this now. Not much. I could deepen it later, but most of the time for this, I'm going to want it straight because that's a cutoff tool, and I just wanted to be able to part off pieces of stuff easily. And I kind of like the fact that you can get these little high-speed steel blanks at Harbor Freight. Stick them in this 250-007, and you got blades for days. I think this cutting bit will probably, or this high-speed steel will probably last me, could be a lifetime at the rate I use it. But just another day in the learning machining. Let me see if I can unlock that and make it a little quieter. That's better. This machine's really loud with the lead screw engaged. I maybe need to adjust the gear mesh a little bit in the back, but for the time being, that's what I did, and I think it took me about an hour, and I was watching YouTube and just kind of taking my time, enjoying the journey, and it came out really well. So if anybody out there has trouble with their tool posts not fitting on these little mini lathes, this is a Vevor It was sold as a 7x14 model CJ18A. Then you can do the same thing, and hopefully my video will help you out. If anybody has any questions, don't hesitate to comment. And thanks for watching, and love you guys. Have a good life.